classic old Leisha because just I'm applying it and I'm like, oh look, yellow in the inner corner and blue colors towards the crease. I've never done that before. Hi, we're doing a review on a palette that really is popular and just recently came out, and that is the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette. This palette came out online a couple weeks ago, and I believe last week it's been available in Sephora stores. It's been a very anticipated palette because it's all bright colors. I've been really excited to get my hands on it. So there's 24 colors total, which is a good amount for an eyeshadow palette for sure. Most palettes, I feel like the magic number is 12. It's, as you can see, definitely a rainbow of colors here. There's mattes, there's shimmers, there's some with like a slight glitteriness to them. So you get a lot of variety of textures, and then the center has more neutral colors. So really, the color-wise, it's a color wheel. There's everything here. As far as the packaging goes, let's talk about the packaging before I get into the actual eyeshadows, just so I can get it out of the way. It's huge. It's literally huge. This isn't gonna fit into any of my drawers. I'd have to lay it down, which is gonna block other stuff. And it's cardboard, but it's kind of shaped like, I mean, the eyeshadow palette just falls right out. So then, you know, you take it out and it's like a record. It's giant. This palette could be half the size if it was just arranged like a normal palette. And I mean, I can appreciate her creativity and wanting to do things a little bit different, but I think that this packaging is really not practical. The idea to be unique and have something totally different was outweighing practicality. That's just my opinion. Okay, so now onto the colors. Pretty much a color wheel. You've got, you know, starting red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. You've got your neutrals down here from blacks to shimmery colors, some more neutrally browns, some dark browns. And so you've got everything as far, I mean, if in the sense of color, if you wanted to have, you know, bright eyeshadows, this is a nice place to start because you've got everything you could possibly want. We'll start with red. So we'll go along the outside first. So the first color I'm going to start with is called Destroyer, and this is a matte, kind of dark pink red. It's not a true red. It's definitely got more pink tones in it than red, but it's a matte. Next shade is Rewind. This is more of a maroon shade for sure. It has a little bit of a shimmer to it. The next one we have is Harpsichord. I apologize if I pronounce any of these wrong. This is more of an orangey, bronzy, coppery shade, definitely shimmery. Next we have Analog. Analog is a matte true orange and has decent color payoff. The next shade is Fran, and Fran is a bright sunshiny yellow matte. Next is Legend, which is a buttery, very shimmery color. The color payoff here is decent, but I think it works better on top of another eyeshadow than by itself. Kind of a way to add shimmer to a matte eyeshadow maybe. Next we have Vinyl, and Vinyl is a bright lime green with a slight shimmer. And then Misfit, which is a true matte green. Then we have Lemmy, which is more on the foresty green side, but it's definitely the most shimmery of the green colors. Next is Hyper Ballad, which is a gorgeous matte shade. It's like a teal, darkish teal sort of color, a little bit of a green undertone in it. And then we have Synth, which is a beautiful, beautiful bright blue and is a matte and has really nice color payoff. Then we have Dark Wave, which is on the darker side for a blue. It's quite a few shades darker than Synth. After that, we have Echo, which is a bright purple with some glitter inside of it, some micro glitter. And then next is Muse, which is kind of a lilac-y shade. And then we have Anthem, which is a bright pinkish purple. It's definitely a very warm toned purple. And then Love, which may be pronounced differently because it's got the dots on top of the O. Love. That is a very shimmery light pink. And then finally we have Swoon, which reminds me of Sushi Flower from MAC. It's a matte, bright pink. Bright hot pink. Now that I've swatched myself silly here. So those are all, I'm just getting a wipey. So those are all the outside colors. So now let's do the inside colors. I'm going to start with the same side So the first color I'm going to use is called Boulder. Boulder is a medium beige color and it definitely is matte. Then we have Noble, which is a light brown. This is a color I would use as a transitioning color, so apply it first to the lid so that it makes it easier to blend out colors into the crease. Next color is called Skulls, and this is a white, very shimmery shade. This is a great highlighter color. Next is Black Metal, which I think is kind of an ironic name because it is a completely matte black shade. Then Lyric, which is also a shimmery shade. It's more beigey and has golden sparkle in it. Then we have Stutter, which is also a matte light brown. It's a little bit cooler than Noble though, so they are different. Then we have Vox, which is a dark chocolate brown matte. So the eyeshadow look I did today is using all the colors from here. I used Fran, which is the yellow on the lid. I had a little bit of trouble with it, but I used it over my NYX pencil, which I wonder if these would do better without it. I did notice that the mattes were just a little bit chalky, so I thought that the NYX pencil would help to kind of... I put Legend, which is that shimmery golden color on top of it. Vinyl, which is the lime green right here. And then I use Synth in the outer corners mixed, which is the blue, mixed with Echo, which is probably my favorite color here, and Anthem. I mixed those for the crease in the outer corner. I also applied Anthem along the lower lash line on top of a purple pencil. I used Noble, this one, kind of in the crease, just to kind of blend it out nicely. And then I used Lyric as well as Skulls for my brow highlight and inner corner highlight. And I used Legend as an inner corner highlight as well. It's exciting to me when I see a palette that is so colorful like this because you don't usually see that. It's nice that there's so many colors with different textures and different finishes, as well as having those necessary neutrals and ranging from dark to light, mattes, shimmers, all sorts of stuff. It's so cool. So I think it's a cool palette to get if you are looking to have some bright colors, even if you're not looking to do a look like I have where it's using all bright colors, even if you just want to use a couple, because you can get so many different colors here for a good price. Packaging aside, the colors are gorgeous, and I mean, honestly, just look at that. You get such a beautiful display, a beautiful range of colors, and I mean, even though I don't think the packaging is the best, I can appreciate how that's beautiful. It really is kind of inspiring because, I mean, you see so many colors and you think of all the different things you can do. I mean, you can do a monochrome look, which just has purples or whatever, or you can do opposites. So you could do purple and yellow so that they complement each other, or like yellow, green, and purple, or a pinky color. It's kind of cool because it really shows like how the color wheel can kind of come to life in a palette. So this is available at Sephora right now for $59. That's actually not a bad deal, especially if it's available. I know Sephora does a 20% off friends and family thing in the fall. Usually, don't quote me, I don't know dates, I don't know anything. I just know they normally around this time, October, November, they do a 20% off your whole purchase. That would be a good time to pick this up because then it would be a lot cheaper. Yay! So if you've gotten this, let me know your thoughts. I mean, you can create some, I mean, I really like the look I had going on. I gotta say it's like classic old Leisha because just, I'm applying it and I'm like, oh look, yellow in the inner corner and blue colors towards the crease. I've never done that before. But I mean, I really didn't have too much trouble blending. I had a little bit of trouble with the yellow, but yellows are kind of notorious for being a little bit of a bitch. So I deal with it because I love yellow colors. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're gonna pick it up. Rainbow shades for life. I'll see you later.